Okay, now that I have my text already entered, I want to add a photo as well. So I'm going to click where I want that photo to go. Hold on 2 seconds. Okay. Now that I have my text entered, I want to add a photo as well. So I'm going to click where I want that photo to go. So in that case here. And then I locate the insert image icon. If you're unsure about what each of these icons actually does, then just hover over it like this, and the system will tell you exactly what it does. So in this case, it's for inserting and editing images. So I'm going to click on that. And the image editing interface will open. Now you'll see several folders or directories on the left hand side. The one that we really want is the blog images. Basically every image that you want to upload to your blog is going to be stored here. You have other categories here for other areas of your website as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and double click on that like this. And then that folder will open, or should I say the blog images folder opens. And inside there I can already see one image. And I want to add some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this icon here. And the image drop files box opens. This basically allows you to drag and drop your image. So what I'll do is I found out where I stored my images, in this case on my desktop. I'm going to locate my image, or images in this case. I can actually drag and drop more than one. So I'm going to drag and drop 2 images, and I'm going to drag and drop it here. Like so. And then upload them. Oops. Actually, before I do that, I should mention it's much easier for you if you actually resize the image or images before you upload them. Basically, you want to keep your files as small as possible. Generally, dimension-wise, I'll say 600 maybe pixels across, and maybe 800 pixels tall maximum. Really, you don't want to really go any more than that, because the larger the image, the longer it's going to take to load, and also the more space it takes in your server as well, which then means that your site is going to load very, very slowly. So 600 across and roughly 800 high, and anything else in between is what I would recommend that you should use. And then once you've done that, you just upload. And that's it, as easy as that. Now here are my 2 latest images. They'll be on top of whatever was there before. And I can preview each image as well just by clicking on them. So in this case, on this one, I can preview the one on the top by clicking on it, and then the preview box will appear here. And as I click on each of the images, the information up here will change, i.e. the URL of which image I've clicked on, and also the alt text. At the moment, the information here makes absolutely no sense. So what I can do is I can rename each of the images. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you click on the image like this, and then you locate the rename box, click on that, and give it a more descriptive name. Model Julia, or something like that. Yep, and just click on yes, and then OK. And then for the other one, I'll do the same thing, and I go here and just call her Grace. And OK, and yes again, and OK. So that's all done. So if I want to insert the first image, that one, I just click on it, and automatically the dimensions and everything else will be updated here. I can resize that further. I think 720 is a little bit much, so I'm going to reduce that to, let's make it 600. and make sure to leave this box, the proportion tick box ticked. That way, when you reduce the width, the height will be equally reduced as well, so it keeps everything in proportion. Okay, so we've done that, and I want my image to be aligned on the left hand side, so I'm gonna left align it. And one thing you notice here is the text and the image are getting a little bit touchy-feely, as in the image is touching the text. What I really want is to have a gap between them, so it's not so touchy-feely. So I'm gonna insert a 10 pixel border between the image and the text on the right hand side, and also at the bottom as well. The place to do that is here, but make sure you uncheck the equal values button, because if you don't, whatever you enter here will be entered in all these other areas as well. So be a 10 pixel border all around the image on the top, right, bottom, and left hand side. So I'm gonna unclick it, and I want a border on my right, so I'm gonna enter 10 pixels in the right box, and I want a 10 pixel border at the bottom as well, like this. Notice as I update, the preview will reflect what I've just changed. So I'm gonna refresh, and you can see 10 at the bottom and 10 on the right. Now everything is just how I want it, so I'm gonna say insert. So here's my brand new image inserted, and here is a text that is going with the image. One thing I may want to do is maybe add more text, so I'm going to just paste another one. But I don't want all this to appear when the blog loads up. What I want is a read more link to appear. So how do I do that? Well, this is what you do. You click where you want the read more link to appear, and then locate the read more icon here at the bottom and click read more, and that's it. So everything else below this read more line will appear after you click the read more button. When the blog loads, you see the image and you see the text underneath, but not the one underneath the read more link. Okay, until you click on read more. So that's done. One thing to do if you want people to leave or your readers to leave comments in your blog is to also turn the J comments icon on, or icon should I say, button on. So in this case I'm going to press J comments on like this. This then means that my blog is available for comments. It's a good way to encourage interactivity between you and your readers. The really cool thing is when someone leaves a comment, you will get an email to say person X has left a comment, and then in that email you have a link to verify the comment. If you're happy with it, you can publish it. If you're not happy with it, you can also have it deleted, so you have complete control over that. Okay, so the next thing to do is to go into the publishing sector of the blog interface. So here we are, and I want my blog to appear in, let's say, the news category. So I'm going to select that, so it's going to appear in there. And I want the status of my blog to be published, obviously, so it's published there, and I want it to be featured. As mentioned before, featured means that your blog or your post will appear on the front page of your blog. So the newest one will be right on the top, and the one before that will be at the bottom. So I'm going to say yes, like that, and I'm going to leave the publishing bits blank. If you leave it blank, then the post will go out when you click on save. But alternatively, you can actually choose when you want this blog to go out. So I could say I want to go out on the 6th of May or any time in the future if I wanted to. And I can also choose when I want the blog to unpublish itself. If you leave it blank, everything just stays as it is. It will publish now, and it will stay on the website until you decide to delete it yourself. Okay? And obviously I want the public to see my blog, so I'm going to leave that to public. Leave the language bit as it is, because it's for English speaking. It's aimed at the UK, so it's English speaking UK, so that's there, so leave it as it is. A description, basically what the blog is about, so that when someone is searching for me on Google or on Yahoo or Bing, the description that they're going to see is going to describe basically what the blog post is about, and then it helps them decide if they want to visit your blog or not. So what you say here is very important because it helps people searching for information, basically which information to look at and which not to. So what you say here is very, very important to make sure it makes sense. So we can call this tips on shooting models in the studio. Actually, let's call it Mario Testino's tips on shooting models in the studio. Okay, something like that. And then your keywords could be words that you had in your article that you want people to possibly be searching for. So I don't know, it could be Mario Testino could be one. Testino. And you separate every keyword with a comma like this, and then you could say studio shooting. And a good number to have keyword wise is probably between 5 and 8. I think that's what most SEO pros advise that you should do. So once I'm happy with everything, I'm going to leave it at 2 because I want to be here too long. So I'm going to click on save to publish my blog post. But before you do that, just check to make sure everything's as you want it to be before you publish. You can always go back and really edit, but it's just nice to have everything done in one place. And you can resize the editing window as well. Okay, so I'm now happy with everything, and I'm going to say okay. Go ahead and save. And the system should save everything. And sure enough, if I go to my blog now, you see that my latest post has been added to the top of the list, and here it is. That's my Mario Testino blog. And I can go click on the title to see what else is there. And there it is. There's my blog, and my readers can leave a comment here as well. Once they leave a comment, I can receive an email to say they've left a comment, and I can verify if I want to. And yes, as easy as that. And that's my blog done. And then I can also view my blogs per category as well. If I wanted to see what other blogs are in the, I don't know, news category or makeup tips category, I just click on each category, and the blog should be in there, or in this case it is, obviously. And that's it. It's very, very easy, and that concludes a quick-ish tip on how to use your blog and how to add content, including text and photos to your blog. In a future blog, I'll show you how to add videos as well. Okay, that is pretty much it, and I look forward to seeing you again at the next video. Before I go, make sure you visit blog.hostmoog.com for more video tips and other tips to do with websites, hosting, and all those things. And also feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We have a lot of exciting things planned for future video posts, so make sure you come back and check back very soon. See you at the next video.